PlayStation Plus January Games Leak, God of War Ragnarok New Game Plus confirmed, the latest developments on the Microsoft Activision merger, Death Stranding movie not a Hollywood blockbuster, all that and more in today's PlayStation News Christmas Eve edition. Let's get into them. PlayStation Plus January Games Leak. As it's usually the case, user Bill Kun from D-Labs forums has leaked the PlayStation Plus essential games for the next month, including Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order for PS4 and PS5, Fallout 76 for PS4, and Axiom Verge 2 for PS4 and PS5. This seems like a great month. If you haven't played Jedi Fallen Order, you can get ready for the sequel, and Axiom Verge 2 is an excellent Metroidvania game. Fallout 76 is the lowest rated Fallout, but it's been updated since the original release and has received some expansions. It's already been on the game catalog for extra, and I tried it but didn't like it. But what do you think about the leaked PS Plus lineup for January? Share with us in the comments. In related PlayStation Plus news, more games leaving the PlayStation Plus game catalog. In the previous video we went through an overview of the December PlayStation Plus update for Extra, Deluxe and Premium users, besides listing 10 games that are leaving the game catalog in January. Now we have another set of games leaving after that. A total of 8 games will be leaving on February 21st, including the already announced Grand Theft Auto Vice City Definitive Edition, plus Agatha Christie The ABC Murders, The Book of Unwritten Tales 2, Rat Rogers, Cinemora EX, Skydrift Infinity, Sparkle Unleashed, and The Turing Test. So close to 20 games leaving in the first 2 months of 2023, so if you are interested in any of them, this is your last chance to play them. And remember, the catalog is constantly rotating, so we'll also get new games, and there's a chance any of these could come back in the future. Are you playing any of these PlayStation Plus catalog games before they leave? Let us know in the comments. Gran Turismo celebrates 25 years with huge news. Gran Turismo is Sony's top franchise ever since launching on December 23, 1997, and after that it has received a total of 13 games across 6 platforms. Celebrating its 25th anniversary, Kazunori Yamauchi, Polyphony Digital CEO, talked about the history of the series and shared a new sales milestone of 90 million copies sold, alongside a video with the team thanking fans for their support. According to PlayStation Lifestyle, the top 3 games in terms of sales are Gran Turismo 3 with 14.8 million, next is Gran Turismo 5 with 11.9 million, followed by Gran Turismo 4 with 11.7 million. While we still don't have sales figures for the latest Gran Turismo 7, the game has sold very well. Just this week it was announced that it beat both weekly sales figures for God of War Ragnarok and Elden Ring in Japan with 198,000 units. Although sad news for some fans, the studio has confirmed via an interview with Dengeki Online that Gran Turismo 7 is not in development for PC. Hard to imagine this is the case with Sony's push into the PC space. Congrats to the Polyphony team on 25 years developing this series. I've never been huge into it, but still remember playing the first one on PS1. What was your favorite Gran Turismo game? Sound off in the comments below. God of War Ragnarok New Game Plus confirmed. Sony Santa Monica continues supporting God of War Ragnarok. Just a couple of weeks ago we received the photo mode patch and now there's confirmation about New Game Plus. The studio tweeted, "We know many of you have been asking, so we're happy to confirm that New Game Plus will be coming to God of War Ragnarok in spring 2023. We'll share more details once we get closer to the release." It's kind of disappointing we have to wait around 3 to 6 months, but at least we know it's making its way into the game, and they are constantly patching issues as well. Will you go back to Ragnarok for a New Game Plus? Let us know in the comments. PS5 sales see huge improvement in Japan. The PS5 stock issues are about to be long forgotten as the console has seen stock improvements across all regions. Last week in Japan, PS5 had great sales, moving over 70,000 units between disc and digital versions. It's still far from beating the Nintendo Switch, which sold over 170,000, but it's still a huge improvement. One of the big gains for the console last week was the release of Crisis Core Final Fantasy VII Reunion, which sold best on PS5 with over 54,000 units, followed by PS4 with over 53,000. It's a similar behavior as on the weekly sales charts from the UK last week reported in our previous video. Sony expects to improve sales even more next year and is expected to release a rumored new PS5 model that will see the disc drive become an accessory. Do you have a PS5 already or are you waiting for a new version? Sound off in the comments. The latest developments on the Microsoft Activision merger. Let's move to everyone's favorite topic, the Microsoft Activision merger. At least this time there's no weird comments from either Microsoft or Sony. The UK CMA released a summary of the public responses they received as part of their current Phase 2 review, and they say around 75% were supportive of the merger. Of the 2100 emails that we reviewed, around 3/4 were broadly in favor of the merger, and around 1/4 were broadly against the merger. No clear view was expressed for or against the merger by a small number of respondents. The CMA also shared a few examples of those, with people pro-merger saying the deal would allow Microsoft to better compete with Sony and Nintendo, that it doesn't represent a threat to competitors as the Redmond company committed to keeping Activision content on all platforms, and Call of Duty on Game Pass is good for consumers. Those against said they don't want Microsoft to become as dominant in the gaming market as in the PC operating system space, or that they could indeed pull content from other platforms like what happened with Bethesda. Meanwhile, the European regulator is also worried about Microsoft blocking access to Activision content for competitors, and as a result they have sent a new survey of almost 100 pages to gaming companies, hardware and software providers, and distributors. In the survey they ask questions like if Microsoft would delay Activision games from launching on competing platforms, or what would be the impact on the industry. Both UK and European regulators should publish their decision around the beginning of 2023. In the US, however, a new lawsuit has followed the FTC's as they look to block the deal from happening. The new complaint was filed in California's federal court on behalf of 10 video game players from California, New Mexico, and New Jersey on the grounds that it would give Microsoft far outsized market power in the video game industry, with the ability to foreclose rivals, limit output, reduce consumer choice, raise prices, and further inhibit competition. It's the third lawsuit Microsoft receives as a state pension fund in Sweden filed a complaint last month due to beliefs Microsoft was exploiting the Activision scandal. So there you have it, everything that happened this week around the Microsoft-Activision merger. What do you think about these developments? What's your opinion in the comments? Death Stranding movie not a Hollywood blockbuster. In an interview with IGN, Hideo Kojima further explained what fans can expect about the tone for the upcoming Death Stranding movie. The famous creator explained he received a lot of offers, but his intention from the start was never to make a blockbuster film, and that co-executive producer Alex Lebovici shared that vision. He said, "There were a lot of pitches to make a large-scale movie with famous actors and flashy explosions, but what good would explosions be in Death Stranding? Making money isn't something I'm focused on at all either. I'm aiming for a more art house approach, and the only person who offered to make a film like that was Alex Lebovici, which makes me think he's rather the unusual type. In regard to characters, there's nothing decided yet," Kojima continues. "We haven't quite decided that yet. The failure of film adaptations of games from a while back has led to a lot of movies that cater to gamers, right? That's why they have the same kind of look as a game. I don't want the Death Stranding movie to be like that. Rather, I'm taking the approach of changing and evolving the world of Death Stranding in a way that suits the film well. I made Death Stranding to be a game, and games are games. There's no real need to turn them into films. So in a way, the Death Stranding movie is taking a direction that nobody has tried before with a movie adaptation of a game. I think that what I need to make is something that will inspire some of the people who watch it to become creators 10 or 20 years down the line." Interestingly, he's going the opposite way as some upcoming adaptations such as The Last of Us TV series, which tries to be faithful, but that story would suffer if not adapted bit by bit, while Death Stranding focuses more on setting the rules of the world Kojima created, so I think it's the right approach. What do you think? Share your opinion in the comments. A round of quickfire game news. After appearing in the first trailer, Insomniac's Spider-Man has made a new appearance in the Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse poster. It makes you wonder if the character will have a small role or just a cameo in the movie that premieres in June 2023. The Last of Us Firefly Edition is launching in Europe this January 26, and you can pre-order it now from PlayStation Direct for £99 or €110. The edition included a steelbook case, the 4 issues from the comic, and a bunch of digital early unlocks. Previously, it was only released for the US. After Spider-Man got a PlayStation Store wishlist page last week, new games have been added. Both Rise of the Ronin and Stellar Blade have gotten pages, and you can follow them to know when pre-orders are ready. Stellar Blade is up for launch in 2023, while Rise of the Ronin aims for a 2024 release. SIFU is getting a new update in March next year, adding arenas, where you will be able to unlock new modifiers if you want to take a bigger challenge, plus there will be new moves, cheats, outfits, and more. Slowclap has done a very good job supporting the game with post-launch content, and that will continue next year. Konami has released a major update for the TMNT collection with several fixes and improvements. There are customizable lobby sizes for the arcade games, arcade stick support, and TMNT 4 Turtles in Times from NES has gotten full online multiplayer. It's not the only TMNT game with an update, as Shredder's Revenge just got new content in the form of custom game settings, retro filters, online settings, and a bunch of fixes. Filters include CRT and VCR, while gameplay modifiers allow you to toggle the use of super moves so that they cost health. As for online, you can now set the maximum number of players in a lobby. And those are the PlayStation stories for today. What are your thoughts on them? Share them in the comments below, let me know your feedback by liking or disliking this video, check out other videos you may enjoy while you're here, and consider subscribing for more on PlayStation. Thank you so much for watching, my name is Joseph, this is Hyper Games, wishing you a Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays with your friends and family, and let's get hype!